Okay, everybody, now for the next video, I'm going to show you my Columbia Tristar DVDs, which I don't have as many, nor for Blu-ray as well. I'll show you the Blu-rays after this video. So, I don't have many, so let's just go ahead and get started. First up, we got Anger Management with Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson, 2003 movie. This is not bad for a movie. It's a pretty funny movie. I wouldn't say it's one of Adam Sandler's best movies, but, it's still a good movie, especially for one of his earlier movies. Adam Sandler's earlier movies were great, but then I think from all of Adam Sandler's movies, from Billy Madison up until Click, from Billy Madison up until Click, his movies were great, but starting with, I think I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, is really, his movies really were starting to kind of decline a bit. Once in a while, we might get a good one like Bedtime Stories or so. But anyway, there's what the disc looks like. There's artwork. Alright. Here we got one of my favorite animated movies. Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs, 2009 movie. I also have this film on Blu-ray. I'll show that when I do my Sony's Blu-ray. This is one of my favorite animated movies. It's just a real riot. It's just because artwork. Here we got another Adam Sandler movie, Grown Ups, 2010 movie. Also stars Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade, and Rob Schneider. This one's on my guilty pleasures list. Same with the second one. I'm gonna be honest though, I do think the second one is a lot better. But I do think the first one's pretty good. It's kind of on my guilty pleasures list. I know this and the sequel got terrible reviews. I don't have the second one yet, but I might get it soon. I'm debating about it. Anyway, there's what the disc looks like. Yeah, but it's worth a watch if you need something to make you laugh. Alright, here we got two Muppet ones. This was back when Columbia Tristar owned the rights to the Muppets, but now the Muppets are now currently owned by Disney. First we got the Muppets Take Manhattan, 1984 movie. I liked this movie a lot when I was a kid, but now that I'm older, I think it's kind of probably the weakest Muppet movie, in my opinion. Here's what this looks like. We also got Muppets from Space, 2009 movie. I do think this is another one of the weaker Muppet films. I do think it's a lot better than Muppets Take Manhattan, in my opinion. Here's what the disc looks like. Alright, here we got a good one. Funny one. Paul Blart, Mall Cop, with Kevin James, 2009 movie. I saw this in theaters back in 2009. It was pretty funny. I do have the sequel, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, on Blu-ray. I'll show that when I do my Sony's Blu-rays. I think this is probably Kevin James' best movie. It's a real funny movie. See, there's what the disc looks like. And this time of year, a couple weeks ago, was around the right time of year, Black Friday, due to the fact that this movie takes place on Black Friday. Even though the movie takes place on Black Friday, it wasn't released around Black Friday, because this movie was actually released in theaters in February of 2009. Would have thought they would have released it in November 2008. That would have been a much better time of year, but hey, what are you going to do? Alright, here we got a real classic. It's my favorite Sony Columbia Pictures movie. Stand By Me, with Will Wheaton, the late River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connor, and Keith Sutherland. 1986 movie. This is a classic. This is a great, great movie. This is one of my favorite movies. It's number 10 on my top 10 favorite movies list. It's just a real classic. Based on Stephen King's book, The Body. And this film was also directed by Rob Reiner, who also directed The Princess Bride a year later. Anyway, here's what this looks like. Yeah, this is a classic. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely recommend it. It's also narrated by Richard Dreyfuss. Here we got a movie, one I haven't seen. This is Surrendered Dorothy with Diane Keaton. This is a 2006 television film. I have not seen this movie. I just found this movie in my room. So sometimes, because I have some of my sister's DVDs in my room for some reason, I'll have to give this movie a watch. I've heard decent things about it. This just has artwork. Anyway, there we go. Those are all my Columbia Tristar DVDs. I know I don't have many, and I don't have many for the Blu-rays. I only have 2 for the Blu-ray, so I'll see y'all for the next video, which will be the Blu-rays.